Mabuhay and welcome to the FILAM Civic Action Podcast. I'm Ernie Buo.
And I'm Bing Longaki. Today, we celebrate Filipino heritage through dance, music, and storytelling.
Yes, Bing. Joining us is a very popular cultural leader dedicated to preserving our traditions. And I think everybody knows him.
Yes,
right?
Ernie. Yes.
Dr. Jaei. He's the founder of Kalahi 2.0.
Welcome, Doc Jaei.
Welcome, Doc Jaei.
And it's a pleasure being an Ernie. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome. Welcome to our podcast. Well, Dr. Jaei, let's start with this question. What inspired you personally to form Kalahi 2.0?
Well, that is a very meaningful question, being because knowing Vegas and its uniqueness in the community, I really would like to bring the influence of Filipino community, being the number one Asian minority in this city. We need to have our own identity, and we cannot assert much more with our identity if we don't assert our culture. And that's what is really the prime reason, what it really pushed me to build up this ensemble.
So look at that, even on what is wearing right now, right, Bing? Look at that.
That's very impressive, Dr. Jaei.
Filipino.
Well, let's go to that. Can you explain your costume today, Dr. Jaei?
Well,
what does it mean?
Very impressive.
I shared it with Doc Philip earlier too. This is actually inspired by a tattoo that is the origin. Wow. Yeah, the origin of the Cebuanos. I'm a Cebuano from Cebu, of course.
Bisaya.
Bisaya. So way before Spanish colonization, Cebuanos are called pintados, and they are called pintados because their skin are tattooed. So from that design, from that ethnic tribal design of the Cebuano, which is representing my ancestry, and for sure Bing is one too, then I actually build that one up into more colorful. I made it more in a Las Vegas vibe.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
Very beautiful, vibrant.
I know, right?
Actually, pintado is like painted. It's more like tattoos all over your body that is representative of your culture.
Right, mga walking bordado.
Bordados.
Well, that's a different kind of tattoo.
It's a different kind of tattoo.
But
so, thank you. So, Doc Jaei, when did you realize that folk dance would become your life's mission?
Well, way back in my early years in Cebu.
Like what, 12 years ago?
I know, I'm always participating in a lot of cultural activities. And then coming over here in the United States, practicing nursing and the medical field, I said, there's different facets in every person. You have your professional life, your personal life, and you need to maintain your identity amidst all the diaspora of different culture that coming in Vegas. So to shine and to prevail and put that Filipino pride, I would say, we have to show the world what culture we have so that it maintains our identity.
That's very true. So, Doc Jaei, what does preservation mean in your work? Movements, stories, identities?
Yeah, actually for me, preservation is actually keeping your identity where it speaks of who you are from where you are and how and who you are when you're mixed with other culture. So you need to preserve your past in order to let the future know of who you are and what your origin is.
That's very true, so it's through movement, the dance, the music, and the performance, right? You preserve your culture through those things.
Yeah, and it always follows my principle being an Ernie that coming here in Vegas, I really don't believe on the principle of melting pot. Because for me, when you say melting pot, you came over and then you collaborate with others and you lose who you are in order to be with others. I would rather maintain the principle of a stew pot. Because in a stew pot, you maintain who you are, your own identity, but still you blend in a common goal.
That's
so very nice.
Very nice
comparison.
So, Doc Jaei, because the Philippines is a really small country, but then again, there are so many provinces, right? And every province seems to have their own cultural identity through folk dancing.
Imagine we have several islands in the Philippines, and each island have their own culture and traditions.
Correct.
So
and so how with all those islands with different kinds of dances, Doc Jaei, how do you introduce those Filipino folk dances to Filipino American youth?
That is the strength that what Kalahi represents, because Kalahi represents various subcultures in the Philippines throughout the 700 plus islands, 7,700 plus islands.
Yes, during high tide, right? And
high tide or low tide.
What exactly is Kalahi, though? I mean, for those Americans who are listening to us, what is it?
Kalahi is the Filipino word for of the same race.
Oh,
yes, it's
Lahi.
So Lahi means race, and the prefix ka means we are all of the same race.
Yes.
Okay.
So amidst the various subculture, we have a united point of view of having that brown race.
So
and that's the pride that we put.
Why 2.0 though?
Oh, yes.
What was that?
Why 2.0? What happened to the 1.0?
Was there a Kalahi 1.0?
I explained it to Bing because Bing used to be the president of Kalahi.
That's true. The original Kalahi. I was the president.
Bing is a great dancer too. Great performer.
So Kalahi 2.0 is an offshoot of the original.
That is, and I explained it to him earlier on, before we started this, that Kalahi, the first Kalahi that's founded in 2009 was actually called Kalahi Philippine Folkloric Ensemble.
How come I was never part of that?
You were in the other group. Well, anyway, so that was the history
That
of
was
Kalahi.
the history. We are based on folkloric performances, meaning the authenticity was preserved because our mentors and our choreographers at that time has a background that is rooted with Ramon Ubusan.
Yes.
And we follow that. But since the change of time, now our choreographer are more in the modern twist. So Kalahi 2.0 actually stand the new generation of Kalahi that integrates modern lifestyle that is a culture of itself of the Filipinos and how it is merged with the past.
But Bing, look at how impressive this generation is.
So it's like traditional mixed with modern.
Yes.
Right?
But how did you see how they performed? They just showed us a little snippet of what they can do, and we were already impressed.
Yeah, but Doc Jaei, I have a question. What's the biggest challenge when you teach today's generation?
What I see as a challenge in today's generation, especially here in Las Vegas, is that you could see that this generation has a very little background of the culture of the Filipino, where we came from in the Philippines. So we have to teach them from the basic and let them understood where is it in our culture that we could stand very proud of, and what is the uniqueness in our culture, and what's the essence and the value. We have to start from the value, because without the value in training them, then the performance can be adulterated. I think that's the whole challenge is, we have a little background rather than like us who came from the Philippines.
Yeah. Like us coming from the Philippines, we fully understand what the movement represents. So here in the U.S., especially those who are born here, they don't have the connection.
Correct.
Yeah. It's just like movement. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but they don't feel the meaning. They don't feel the essence.
That's very true, Bing, because many of the time we teach movements, and then you notice that their movement has the it has the hip hop vibe.
Yes.
So we have to undo something in order to infuse something.
Yes.
Doc, the very essence of Filipino folk dance is rooted on the bamboos, right? For the most part. Especially the tinikling, right? I grew up breaking my toes dancing to those bamboos, right? And did you see how we opened the Philippine culture to the entire world through that tinikling?
Yes.
Because even now I heard that in schools, as part of their physical education classes, they are being taught
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
And Doc, you are a professor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you ever also do that at school? I mean, do you?
I gotta tell you, Bing is
I-
at the station with that.
Yeah, I want to share that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was a study on
Oh.
the physical aspect of exercise, and
Oh.
Doc Jay had the project.
Yes.
Oh.
The tinikling dance, and we were dancing and we were wearing
Wow.
all these gadgets, measuring our breathing, our
I think
heartbeat,
that was-
and that was fun.
Yeah, so we really merged culture
But that
and
was
science.
generations ago. I mean, I'm just
No, we
joking.
were,
That was like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah. So, and we even publish it internationally.
yeah, the
Wow.
result
Yeah.
of that study.
That
right?
is so nice.
Yeah.
So how do you keep it fun and relevant, though?
Yes.
And that's
Doc
where the
Jay,
essence of a
yeah.
Kalahi 2.0, the relevance, and where it can attract the support of the newer generation, also that it gets them interested into participating. So we have to mix, and that's why we call it now neo-cultural. So I put the
Yeah.
word neo-cultural because it's a new culture emerging among the Filipinos here in the U.S., not forgetting the past, but integrating what's in the past into the present.
Yes.
So that it actually opens up of who we are in the future, maintaining who we are, yet innovative enough to adapt to the newer generation.
Taking that into
Nice.
consideration, Doc J, which dance usually becomes their entry point into loving Filipino
Well,
culture?
I might be very, very biased, Bing. It's because coming from the Cebuano culture in me, I also infuse sinulog.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why I've noticed that with how Filipinos are really also very spiritual in
Yeah.
nature and
Correct,
religious
correct.
in their practice.
I agree, yeah.
Once I do the sinulog, I get a lot of volunteers to come, and that's where the entry level
Yes.
of them joining Kalahi, because
Yeah.
we merge culture and faith.
Yep.
Yeah,
and in
I-
addition to Ernie, Sinulog is very basic. It's not as
Right,
complicated
but
as
it's
most
not as
other
complicated, but
dances.
it can be hard too.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
because you have to
That's
follow some
true.
rhythm, and you have to use your energy. It can be
Exactly.
energy draining. Because I saw that. Where's that place in Param? We just saw that a few weeks ago,
yeah,
where Kalahi performed.
California. Ticopa. California.
Ticopa, California, yeah. I saw Kalahi perform and I was very impressed.
Yeah.
As in, I'm not pulling your leg or anything, right? I was really shocked as to how great they performed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I was not there. I was in Cebu, actually doing the actual sinulog.
I was looking for you and I saw
And I missed that.
DJ
Ernie. I was
Nino.
not there, but
I
I
was
know.
there,
I
yeah.
saw pictures. I saw videos, and the performance was just spectacular. Yeah,
amazing.
very amazing.
Beautiful
Yeah.
girls too. And the guys did really fantastic. So, in relation to that though, because I know you said that's the very basic, and we all know that dancing,
Yeah.
our folk dances can be very challenging, right? So, what do you hope audiences feel after watching Kalahi perform in this case, Doc J?
The value of being so proud that I am Filipino and I am represented here in Las Vegas, maintaining my identity, keeping the principle of what it is to be a stupat.
Oh, wow.
Not losing who you are, maintaining who you are, but in communion with other subculture, and that we are contributing to a better, bigger goal.
Very
Very
profound
nice.
words,
So,
Doc J. That was-
Naiiyak na ako, Doc J.
Well, Doc J, how do you balance authenticity with modern staging?
Correct.
Yes, and that's true. I have to make also some research and background. There are movements that I really would watch because it has to be preserved in
Correct.
respect to the actual people that we represent.
Oh, yeah.
The way they dress. I have to look at it, and that's my role. I'm the critique, saying although we have neo-cultural, it doesn't mean that we change and put and cross the line of disrespect.
Yes.
Like for example, Ernie and Bing. I know Ernie is also a performer. You know, when you do singkil,
Oh,
singkil is a
speaking
very
of that.
yeah.
I have a lot to say.
Yeah, but I will always be the person to look at that when they wear. The women who dance in singkil should not have any slit. The Muslim who represents are very, very, very modest
You know
to
what?
expose
That's
their
very
skin.
True. Yeah.
And if I see that in Kalahi's costume that has a slit and you're representing that subculture, it will never pass.
Yes.
So that's how I preserve authenticity while we want to be relevant on modern society.
That's very true. That's very true.
I had the privilege a few years ago, a generation
Yes,
ago,
yeah.
to play the Prince of Singkil, right? And you remember Mr. Roski Delano?
Yeah.
How strict he was?
Yeah.
I would wake up early in the morning and would go to the backyard, to my backyard, to start dancing and like doing this.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that.
Because the twirling of the bolo.
The sword.
The sword.
Yeah.
Because I used to be the single prince with the Filipiniana. I don't know if you know that. Long time ago.
There was history here.
To
Kalahi.
02.
Oh, okay.
We have a show called Indak ng Lahi with Rusky before. Yeah, so I know what you're talking
He was
about.
the best choreographer I'd ever known, aside from
That was
you.
how many years ago?
JT, of course. That
think
was about
20 years ago.
2010.
Yeah, Indak ng Lahi was 2002.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
2002,
with
20
Rusky
years
also,
ago.
Yeah,
right?
it was Rusky.
Oh, wow.
We
Yeah.
were all together with the Filipiniana.
Oh, okay.
Before Kalahi, right?
Before
Not
Kalahi.
really, yeah.
Before Kalahi was
Because
made.
when
Yeah.
I
We have
joined
great-
the group, it was already Kalahi Folkloric
Yeah.
Ensemble.
Yeah.
So we have
Me
great-
and Ruby.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's me and
okay.
Ruby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have great dancers in Filipino dancers in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm being honest, right?
Yeah.
So, is research part of the choreography, Doc Jay?
It has to be because if you don't incorporate research, you will miss a lot of things and you might misrepresent that subculture that you would like the world to see.
Oh,
Right.
So you need to maintain that because it's vital to them. It is life to them. It's history to them. It is their
this is a
ancestor.
very interesting topic.
You know?
right? I like it.
So I always in Kalahi, even when before the older Kalahi, is that I always communicate with the CCP.
Yes.
In
That-
order
What
to
is
make
CCP
sure,
is
yeah,
Cultural
Center of the Philippines.
Really?
Yes, in
Okay.
order to make sure that how we represent and how we move is not against any subculture in the term of
yes.
disrespect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly my
A
point.
simple
That's why
variation actually
Yes.
is disrespectful
if
to
only
the
the
original
performers-
dancers. Yeah.
if only the performers can learn a thing or two from you, Doc J10, before they perform, that
Exactly.
would make a world of difference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't see that point.
Yeah.
That hey, you have to respect every single step.
Yeah.
It's not
And
just,
and,
yeah,
and
go
that's the
ahead,
reason why I always and Dean knows this. I always I always inculcate it in every Kalai's mind
Yes,
that we are
yes.
here not because we're entertainment entertaining. We're
Exactly.
not entertainers. We are here to perform. And when you perform, you educate the people.
Correct.
And with
Right.
educating the people, that means there has to be a backup of theories and research behind.
Exactly.
That's the
agree
value.
with you 1,000%.
I do remember when I was still
Yes.
active with Kalahi,
Yeah.
we were very strict on the movement. on
We
the
are, right,
costume.
Bing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still remember.
Yeah.
Oh, Rusky, he would just scream from.
But I think
on
that's
the
how
top
it
of his
should be.
lungs.
That's how
Yeah.
it should be.
He was the best.
to promote and to maintain the culture, so
Yeah.
it'll be true to where it came
Correct.
from.
The best
I always
choreographer.
share
Yeah.
with them that when we perform, we have to perform for the few who knows the culture.
Exactly.
We should not
Yes.
perform for the majority who's ignorant about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're not just there to entertain, you're there to
Bing,
educate.
Okay,
did
yeah.
you understand?
I do.
Bing.
I've been with Kalahi for 2 years.
But Bing
knows that.
I
I'm
know
gonna
that's
talk
the
to you.
value.
Well, let's go to our
Bing is a
next
great
segment
performer.
now.
Yes,
Let's do a
yeah.
rapid fire question and answer.
This is the fun
just
part.
like Miss Universe. So, Doc J, your favorite costume?
Singkil.
Singkil costume.
Bahag.
Oh, wow.
Bahag.
That's Igorot. No, Singkil is not bahag.
No, I mean the Ifugao. So the hardest dance to teach in your opinion?
Tinikling.
Tinikling?
Yeah, I know, it's hard,
yes.
yeah.
It involves stamina, flexibility, and
Exactly.
movements, precision.
Yeah, imagine like jumping up and down
Right.
to the beat. You're sweating, but you still have to be graceful.
for
and
4 minutes
smiling.
straight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, Doc Jaei, your most unforgettable rehearsal moment.
Drama. When
sense?
everyone is tired and when
yeah.
everyone is hungry, all
true.
emotion shows up.
And walking out, right?
And it's late at night.
Tears, walking out. A lot of those happen.
Yeah.
After like 3 hours of rehearsals. But it's all for fun, though.
It's all
Yeah.
for
It
fun.
brings
Yeah.
that brotherhood.
Yeah. Well, Doc Jaei, how does cultural performance strengthen community ties?
Nice question.
How does it strengthen community ties?
Right.
It's developing your identity and standing proud above all of who you are.
Wow.
Yes,
so
that's
nice.
very good.
So, I know teaching our cultural dances it goes all the way back to their
Yes.
generations to generations and generations. My question to you, Doc Jaei, is what role do families and organizations like our organizations play?
It is very vital because the support itself actually gives encouragement to everyone who wants to show the world how proud we are of our origin.
True.
So family and community, once united in one identity, with that support, brings a lot of pride.
Yes, that's very true. Now, piggybacking on that, Doc Jaei, now how can the FILAM community collaborate with Kalahi 2.0?
Correct.
Yeah.
Like Filipino Town, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Having events like what you are actually
Doing,
proposing
yeah.
and undergoing actually builds that cohesiveness, that pride, and it gives a platform of everyone to show up and show their interest and support to the Filipino community.
That's very
You know
true.
what, Doc
Yeah.
Jaei?
It's unifying.
Doc
Very
Jaei,
true, very true.
we
Yeah.
could not thank you enough for the contribution that you are making to make our first anniversary presentation on celebrations successful. Because
Thank
of
you.
you,
Thank you,
we
Doc
are
Jaei.
getting
We truly appreciate
noticed
you.
like 1,000% more. Your dancers are the best. They're very beautiful and they are professional looking.
Yeah, I
You know?
always share with them, Ernie. The main encouragement we have in participating, it's because we would like to promote culture and the
That's
Filipino
very true.
identity.
Yep. And I do support that objective of Kalahi 2.0. Now, Doc Jaei, thank you very much for gracing our podcast today.
And thank you, Doc Jaei, for dedicating your life,
Thank
your life
you.
to preserve Filipino culture.
Thanks, Ernie.
Thank
Thank you
you
also,
kinabuhi.
Bing.
Sus, Ginoo.
Kinabuhi.
Well, drama na niyo.
Well, Doc Jaei, your work reminds us that culture lives
When
when we practice and
Yes.
share it, right? Yes.
Yeah, to everybody out there, thank you, Doc Jaei. Please support cultural programs and bring the next generation with you.
Yes.
So we will not lose our culture. You know?
I would
Yes,
say
of course.
to everyone, promote your culture, promote your identity, and do it with passion.
Yes, that's very true. Well, thank you, Doc Jaei Tan. Our special thanks to our Executive Director and Producer, Dr. Philip Panarasio of the Dental Center of Nevada at 601 South Rancho Drive, Suite B15, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89106. Their telephone number is 702-385-1166. Thank you, Dr. Philip Panarasio.
Doc, mabuhay ka talaga.
Mabuhay.
Doc. Yeah, mabuhay na mabuhay.
Maraming salamat and mabuhay.
Maraming salamat and mabuhay.
Until our next episode.
And also, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan din ha, mga Bisaya, uy, sanang sa Siargao, so Ginoo.
Or
Marajaw na buntag sa
sa
iso
Cebu.
tanan din doon. Marajaw, salamat ka Rajaw. Si Doc.
Maraming salamat.
I know how
And
to speak.
until our next episode.
Bisaya, yes.
Bye
Thank you.
now.
Bye-bye. Doc, maraming salamat.
Daghang salamat.